Next page, more graphing. Oh, look, it's a cosine. Okay, it's a negative cosine, so that means the amplitude is 1, but we're going to start down at the bottom of the graph. And then the period is 2 pi over b, but b is pi in this problem, so the period is just 2. Okay, amplitude is 1, so that means we are going to go from down here up and back down, and that is 1 full period. And then we go up. Okay, so there's my cosine graph. The beginning of the second period is right here, so we're going to label this as 2. This spot right here would be 4. Halfway would be 1. Halfway would be 3. This would be a half. This would be 3 halves. This would be 5 halves. This would be 7 halves. Okay, and then we know our amplitude is 1, so we're going to label this as -1 and this as +1, and we are done with that one. That one is quick. Okay, the next one is a tangent. Be really careful with this one. Our vertical scale factor is 1/4, which means it's going to be really short. Um, the period is pi over b, and b is 3 pi in this problem. So that means that our period is 1/3. Okay, we have a positive scale factor of 1/4, so that means that our tangent is going to be increasing from left to right. There's 1 full period, and then here's the next. We're doing our best to make these graphs have the same shape every period, be evenly spaced as best as we can. I understand that it's not going to be perfect. Don't worry. Just do the best you can. Okay. This is the beginning of the next period, so this is 1/3. This will be 2/3. This spot would be 1/6. This spot would be 1/2. If I'm really fancy, I'll call this 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, like that. And then we cut this spot in half again to get 1/12, and we label this spot right here as 1/4. So this is the coordinate 1/12, 1/4. Okay, next one. The amplitude is 3/8, but it's negative, so that means it's going down first. The period is 2 pi over 2/5, which is going to be 5 pi. Okay, so it's a sine function. It starts at 0, but because it's negative, we're going to go down first. There's 1 full period. There's a second full period. Right there is where the end of the second period is. Okay, so this is 5 pi. This is 10 pi. This is 2.5 pi, but we're going to write 5 pi over 2. Um, this is like 7 pi, 7.5 pi. So we're going to write 15 pi over 2. This would be 5 pi over 4. So 5 pi over 4, 5 pi over 2, 15 pi over 4, 20 pi over 4, 25 pi over 4, 30 pi over 4, 35 pi over 4. The amplitude is 3/8, and so we'll label this spot as 3/8 and this spot as -3/8. Um, Nice to just kind of show that this continues along this way as well. Perfect. Next one. And last graphing problem. Okay, our amplitude is 7/4, and our period is 2 pi over 6/5, which is equal to 10 pi over 6 or 5 pi over 3. I hope that you're feeling like these problems are starting to be a little bit harder because we are intending to make the problems a little bit harder as we go. It's a cosine, so it starts at 1. Well, at the top, it's a positive cosine function. It's going to look like this. There's the end of one period. And here's the end of the second period. So this is going to be 5 pi over 3, and this is going to be 10 pi over 3. This is going to be 5 pi over 6. It's going to be 5 pi over 12. This is going to be 10 pi over 12, 15 pi over 12. Hopefully you're seeing a little bit of a pattern here. 20 pi over 12, 25 pi over 12, 30 pi over 12, reduces to 15 pi over 6, 35 pi over 12, and then 40 pi over 12, which reduces to 10 pi over 3. Okay, and then our amplitude is 7/4. Bingo. Okay, I'm going to zoom out to all of the graphing problems on this page. Maybe. There. Okay, last page, equations. This is the fun stuff, hopefully. All right, so I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. But 6 is actually 12 halves, so I'm going to write cosine of x minus pi over 3 is equal to 1/2. The unit circle has cosines of 1/2 at pi over 3 and 5 pi over 3. So then we have to add a pi over 3 to each of these, which is going to give me um, x equals 2 pi over 3 and x equals 6 pi over 3, but 6 pi over 3 just reduces to 2 pi. Okay, if 2 pi is the solution, then 0 is 2, because 0 and 2 pi point to the same place. Okay, next problem. 3 tangent, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3. I get tangent of x equals root 3 over 3. Where on the unit circle is the tangent root 3 over 3? Well, x is pi over 6, and x is 7 pi over 6. Okay, next one. Divide both sides by 2. This is very similar to the last one. It's just that it's a sine. So then it says sine of x equals negative root 2 over 2. That means that x is 5 pi over 4 and x is 7 pi over 4. Okay, this one I'm going to subtract 18 from both sides. I get negative sine of x plus 3 pi over 4 equals 1. So then the sine of x plus 3 pi over 4 is equal to negative 1. That's only true at 3 pi over 2. So then when I subtract the 3 pi over 4, I will get that x equals 3 pi over 4. All right, next problem, I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. I get negative 10 equals cosine of 5x. Well, cosine only goes between negative 1 and 1. It can't hit negative 10, so there is no solution. Okay, next problem. Okay, where on the unit circle is the sine 1/2? Well, that's happening at pi over 6. So so x minus pi over 6 is equal to pi over 6, or x minus pi over 6 is 5 pi over 6. So add pi over 6 to both sides on both of these equations. It gives me x equals pi over 3 and x equals pi. Those are my two solutions. Okay, next one. This time I got to take the square roots of both sides, so I get plus or minus the square root of 1/2 equals cosine of x over 2. I hope we can conclude now by after class last week that this is equal to plus or minus the square root of 2 over 2. So that's equal to cosine of x over 2. That means that x over 2 is all of the places on the unit circle where the cosine is root 2 over 2 or negative root 2 over 2, which are pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, and 7 pi over 4. And so now I have to multiply everything by 2, but remember that's the same as dividing all the equations or all the denominators by 2. So I get x equals pi over 2, x equals 3 pi over 2, and then x equals 5 pi over 2, and x equals 7 pi over 2. The only thing about this is that these are both greater than 2 pi, and so that means that these are the only two solutions I'm going to report as my answers. Okay, next one, I'm going to add 2 to both sides. I get tangent of x equals 0. Well, the unit circle, it has tangents of 0 at 0, pi, and 2 pi. So those are my solutions. Okay, next one. This was one of the ones that we had a little bit of trouble with in class. Remember that you can set this up as negative 9 over 3 and plus root 3 over 3. That's just a thing you can do. Negative 3 plus 1/3 tangent of x. Okay, this is just negative 3. And so this part will cancel with this. And so you get 1/3 tangent of x equals root 3 over 3. We're going to multiply both sides by 3, and that's going to cancel this denominator with this denominator. So we're going to get tangent of x equals root 3. Where is that? Well, that's at pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3. Okay, last problem is this one. We are going to subtract 8, subtract 8. I get 0 equals 3/5 cosine of x. Multiply both sides by 5/3. That's going to cancel the fractions, and I get cosine of x equals 0. Where is that true? The cosine of is 0 at pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. Okay, I'm going to zoom out so you can see all of the problems from this page. And that is your review. Good luck preparing. I will see you later.